Hey guys, so I'm going to upload this video. My dog's chewing this bone and I've tried to make her stop, but she loves her bone and I feel bad, so I'm not going to make her. Anyway, there's been a fight kind of going online about, you've probably seen a couple of these videos where they've been talking about American animation versus anime. Whoa, it gets close. Woo. Yeah. And if you're looking for one of those big fight controversies where I try to prove one of these points, you're looking at the wrong place. I just wanted to throw my 10 cents, so here it is. First off, whatever show you like, it's kind of subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's not... You could be watching a crappy show by 90% of the populace, and, you know, you might just love it to death. That happens. Man, people... I'll give you an example. I used to be really into Fraggle Rock. When I was a little kid, I loved Fraggle Rock. Did anybody on my school like Fraggle Rock? Hell no. Fraggle Rock's a shitty show. Like, I mean, that's like what everybody say. I mean, I'm just saying, it's kind of a subjective thing. Now, having said that, I think that anime versus regular American animation is not even in the same category for the most part. The easy example is if you look at American animation, it's not really taken all that seriously. It's basically just comedy. Now, is that bad? No, I love Family Guy. I love The Simpsons. Robot Chicken, I like that too. I mean, there's plenty of shows like that that are great. But if I'm looking for something a lot more serious, I look at anime. Number one, it's interesting to see different cultures take on stupid things like even baseball. Japan's weird about baseball. That's kind of like something that keeps coming up in anime constantly, seemingly. And it's just a different vibe, it's a different feel. Characters' actions are a little bit different. They're a lot of people say less dummied down, but I'd say that it's more complex because it's from a different culture. And I would say that the plots are more geared towards adults. Now, seeing how I'm an adult, it means that I'm into that. I'm into more complex plots. Because if I wasn't, then I'd still be watching Power Rangers or Fraggle Rock, you see? So I think it's kind of like, they're not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're looking at just pure animation, I think that it has been demonstrated that the American anime does have more frames per second most of the time. So if that's all it takes to make a good show for you, yeah, you got that point. Now, if you're looking for something better along plot line, I mean, there's just so many different options. And I think one of the things that ends up happening is a lot of people just, don't get me, what I'm about to say is, I'll just say it, never mind. Dragon Ball Z, for example, a lot of people characterize anime as just shonen if they know any of it. Because that's usually what gets brought over to the US. There's a lot more different kinds of anime. There's a lot of fucked up animes. There's a lot of, kind of more geared towards women anime. I mean, it's almost like if you were going to have an entire channel's TV shows and you just said that they were all, live-action role-playing TV channel shows. And yeah, maybe they got a couple of those. They're not the same thing. They're characterized differently. There's different genres inside of anime. But I think because we only get the shonen for the most part, we only get the big three, it means that a lot of people misjudge anime, or they just don't... They think that it's a lot more simplistic than it is. So that they should probably try some more. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Don't kick it till you try it. There's a lot of different kinds of anime. You should try a few different kinds before you judge it. And that's my opinion. I think that's basically it. If you want to comment, if you want to say, oh, anime really sucks because all the people are ugly or something like that, go ahead. I mean, you can put it down below. If you want to say the opposite, go ahead too. I will say the template, the anime body structures and stuff, we could get into debate about them, but I think for the most part, I think the reason why, I'm just going to say this real quick, I think the reason why characters in the background are like that is because they're trying to communicate a message more than a picture. And I understand pictures are messages. Like, I mean, if you have bad handwriting, people can't read it or whatever. If anybody followed that, I'm impressed. But what I'm trying to say is, while animation quality does play a role in it, if your story's interesting enough, and a lot of Japanese stories, I will say, are crazy good to me. Now, maybe they're not to you, but I mean, just amazing storylines sometimes. But that does, if you have a good storyline, it means that, at least for me, I can overcome maybe a little lackluster animation. Think of South Park. A lot of people like South Park. I mean, even if you don't like South Park, you have to acknowledge a lot of people do like it. And what do they like about it? Is the animation? No, the animation's fucking crappy. I mean, it's like people take 2 pieces of paper and move them around. I mean, it's horrible. But the stories are interesting enough. What they're saying is funny enough that it gets attention. Now look at... That's all I'm saying, is that if you can get past the basic animation, it's great. Now, if you can't do that jump, then fuck, why you're watching animation at all? Just go watch people. I mean, they're probably the most accurate, you know? I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of a stupid debate, though. Just because it's so subjective. I mean, it'd be like me saying, I mean, I like dogs more than cats. I do. But it'd be like me saying that dogs are always better than cats, no matter what. Yes, I mean, we wouldn't have a hardcore debate about that. You know, we wouldn't have this long-term fight well, we do kind of. We have movies about it. But you know what I mean? It's kind of a stupid debate. Because maybe you had a great cat. Maybe that cat saved your life somehow. I don't fucking know. But I still like dogs better. You know what I mean? The argument's kind of null and void. You either like cats or you like dogs or you like both. There's no real debate. Now, should you try having a cat? Yeah, and you should try having a dog. You should try American animation, and you should try Japanese animation. And if you like one over the other, it doesn't mean the other one's like a complete crap fest. No, it just means that you're a dog person. Or an anime person. That's my point. I think I've dragged on long enough. Subscribe, comment, rate. Have a great day. Bye.